Hi, my name is Lois DeMott. I have two sons. I have a 20-year-old who's in his third year in college in Minnesota. His goal is a doctorate's degree. I have a son, Kevin, 16, who's sitting in a Michigan Adult Department of Corrections. His goal is to survive prison and to make it out. Kevin suffered with signs of mental illness since he was a very young boy. It intensified when he was 10 years old. He had many co-occurring diagnoses over the years. Most recently and significantly, his diagnosis is that of bipolar, intermittent explosive disorder, anxiety disorder, and conduct disorder. I have been advocating for Kevin since he was very young, with the help of organizations such as ACMH and others by my side. I would like to stop right now and tell you that while you're going to hear a lot of what has been wrong and gone wrong in all of the systems that we've worked with through these many years, I want to say that I have seen certain individuals that we've worked with who have a passion, who I know the truth, who want to see change within the systems. Kevin has seen it, and we have seen it, and we recognize it. And I thank those of you who are working to make a difference in the lives of our children. It's been clear to me, especially just in the last 2 months, because I've gained much knowledge, that we have many mentally ill children here in the state of Michigan who are falling through the cracks. They're not just falling through the cracks, they have fallen into deep holes, and there is no one there to get them out. That is why I'm advocating today at the length I am. And I'm not just advocating for my son, but I am advocating for all of the other children that I see within these systems who are not being heard, whose needs are not being met. We must work to provide services on the forefront. It took, for Kevin, an out-of-home placement, a psychiatric stay at the age of 9, and finally, us lodging him in the juvenile home on assault, as you've heard, because we were told that's where we could get the help for him if we got him into the juvenile justice system. Our CMH would not agree that he needed intensive services until we had reached this point. Within the school systems, in the school system we dealt with in Michigan, we had the blame game played. He was denied special education services not once, not twice, but 3 times. It was finally when he was placed in out-of-state residential care that they then said, "You've got to be kidding me. He doesn't have an IEP in place? He should have had that a long time ago." And he finally got that IEP. The court system then decided to place him in out-of-state residential facilities. What was supposed to be treatment facilities. There was no psychologist on staff. No therapy existed. And he was raped at one such facility. There was no training in mental health. I don't understand. How is this treatment for his mental illness? At the juvenile home, where he spent many months on 3 or 4 different occasions, He was kept locked in a cell for over 10 days straight at a time. He was cutting his arms with broken glass, which was never even recognized or logged in their notes. And finally, he attempted suicide. They found him hanging by the light fixture. They called to inform me and said someone would be out to assess him within the next 24 hours. Well, you know, that just wasn't good enough for me. I called our attorney, and he was quickly, within a half an hour, transported to the local hospital for an assessment and psychiatric stay. Fortunately, he didn't succeed at this attempt of suicide. And no, it hasn't been his only attempt. The State of Michigan Licensing Department was called in, and significant violations were found at the juvenile home, not just in his case, but 6 other children's cases also. They found that they had no suicide plans in place. They found that not one of them, not one single staff, had training in mental illness.